Once again, this is how you do an adaptation. So I saw Ghost in the Shell today, and, well, like I said in the intro, this is how you do an adaptation. It's very similar, but at the same time very different from the original anime movie from 1995, which I saw, and if you haven't seen it, it's a very good movie. Hard to follow, but it's a good movie. Now, let's get into what I liked about this movie. Well, I liked how they stuck with the same general story as the original. People are becoming more cybernetic. They're to make themselves better, and yada yada yada. And it's a very I can't exactly explain the plot of this movie without giving like a ton away. Scarlett Johansson plays the Major, who is working for this group of elite soldiers called Section 9 with other cybernetic people. But the difference between her and the others is that she is like 99% cybernetic. The only thing that isn't cybernetic is her brain, and what makes her different is that her brain, which has a ghost in it, which is ghosts and are basically like human conscience and human soul, I guess, and her body is considered a shell, hence the name Ghost in the Shell. I know it's kind of dumb, but they came up with it. Scarlett Johansson, she was fine. She did a fine job as the Major. I mean, it's not like one of her career-defining roles. It's not anything she's going to be like, oh my god, like this is the role she's going to be known for. She did just fine. I mean, it wasn't anything horrible. And I will address this right now. They actually explained in the movie why she isn't Asian. Because that was the big controversy behind this movie was, they casted Scarlett Johansson as a character who's traditionally Japanese. This is whitewashing Hollywood and blah, 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 blah. Well, actually it's not. They explain why she's not Asian in the movie. So, screw you liberal media sometimes. Anyway, I think the best character in the movie was her partner, Bato. He was awesome. This guy was a badass. Don't know how to pronounce the actor's name, but dude, you did a great job as him. And the visuals in this movie were so beautiful. They were so good. The cinematography and the visuals were amazing in this movie. They were just awesome. The best way we could describe the visuals is that they're a lot like the movie Blade Runner, from the 1980s. But I mean, if Blade Runner had like a lot more sunlight, this would be the visuals for it. They look great, and it's amazing to look at them. And I like the story. The action scenes are very well choreographed. They're very well done, even though they have occasional fast-mo, slow-mo, which can get annoying. But they're amazing, and I thought it was awesome. Now, there are some issues with this movie. Like, for example, they do throw a lot of characters in there. Not as much as, say, like Kong or Belko, but it's still a lot of characters that you really don't know and are very, very underdeveloped. I thought that, with the exception of the Major, every other character is severely underdeveloped. Like, you don't know much about them. I mean, Bato likes feeding stray dogs. That's really about it. You don't know anything about them. The only characters you really get to know anything about are the Major, played by Scarlett Johansson, and the villain. Those are the only two characters you really get backstory for. And it's kind of sucks because, I mean, you can't really sympathize with anyone else except for Scarlett Johansson's character and the villain, Kuze, who is a great villain. I think he was great, but there's actually two villains, and I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, there are other villains in this movie besides Kuze. And also, there are parts where the CGI, oh boy, there are parts where the CGI is just plain awful. Like, it is, it's like, the best way I could describe it is there are parts where she's running and it looks like the original Spider-Man, the one with Tobey Maguire, where he's running across the roofs and he looks all rubbery. Like, it's like that bad as CGI in some parts. And I'm like, oh boy. Like, they came up with better CGI than that 20 years ago, and it's 2017. That is pretty awful. Now, I mean, but okay, outside of all that, I actually enjoyed this movie. I am a decent fan of the anime, and they do answer some questions that the anime kind of left unanswered. But one of the biggest problems is that I feel like if you're not a fan of the original anime, you're not really gonna like this. And I mean, the adaptation like kind of makes it where you don't have to, but at the same time, though, I was a fan of the anime, so I liked this movie. I mean, overall, I thought it was a great movie, so I'd give this movie an 8.5 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10. It was a good adaptation. It had solid action scenes, and I overall thought it was a great experience. So if you like the anime, I think you'll be pleased with me. But if you're not, then I think you're just gonna be disappointed. All right, thank you everyone for watching my review. If you want to watch my last one, it is over here. And if you want to click the button right down below with my face on it and subscribe, that'd be awesome. I post videos at least once a week, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!